Hello everyone and namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste. We have been learning about Vijayanagaras for past few weeks, yes? And previously we have learned about
Water irrigation systems
good, and what else do you remember?
and aqueducts.
Aqueducts of Vijayanagara. Yes, well done. So today we will learn about the economy which made it possible for them to construct all these great structures and also water irrigation systems and aqueducts.
It's amazing.
Yes, it is. Vijayanagara is known for its maritime trade. The kings of Vijayanagara bore titles like Lord of Eastern Oceans or Lord of Western Oceans, and they had great control over the trade and commerce of the subcontinent. And they had great control over the east coast. Do you know what is on east coast?
The Bay of Bengal.
Yes, on the east of India is Bay of Bengal. Do you know what's on the west?
Arabian Sea.
Yes, you are correct. It is Arabian Sea. So they had control over Bay of Bengal and also Arabian Sea. Now, geopolitical presence of Vijayanagaras during Krishna Devaraya is well documented. He improved harbors and increased commerce. He allowed free import on horses, elephants, precious gems, and sandalwood, pearls, etc. The rulers of Vijayanagara were all congenial for trade to flourish. Rulers had great relations with the local chiefs at the ports. For example, at Batakal port, there was a Jain chief who would send horses that would come from Arabia or Iran directly to the capital city Vijayanagara through road. Copper and gold also came to Batakal from Middle East. Batakal port exported things like sugar, textiles and spices, especially pepper. As we can see, large number of trade was coming to western coast from Arabia and Iran. Western coast was a free port during Vijayanagara's time. To encourage the trade, Vijayanagaras didn't impose much of taxes. It was a free port. And as a result, large number of Muslims settled in Calicut, in northern Kerala, in Malabar coast. The local chief, Zamorins, provides much needed security to the merchants and their ships. Apart from Muslims from the Middle East, other merchant communities that lived in the coast was Syrian Christians and also Jews. Due to the freedom given by the local chieftains and also by Vijayanagaras, these immigrant communities maintained their individuality and became part of the cultural heritage of the local area. Chinese also came to these ports for frankincense and myrrh. These are lovely fragrances from the Middle East.
This is really long.
Yes, Chinese in return sold silks both to Indians and also the other traders who were coming to the ports. Vasco da Gama came on behalf of Portuguese crown to Malabar coast, and Portuguese trade began from then on. So there was a significant Portuguese trade going on during Vijayanagara time. So literally Chinese, Portuguese, people from Middle East, Syrians, Jews, everyone were there doing their trade. Vijayanagara not only had Malabar coast on the west under their control, but they also had Coromandel coast on the east as well. The trade from the coast increased commerce not only in the coastal areas but also proved beneficial to the economy of the whole of the subcontinent. The money they got from the trade was used for the development of the empire. As we have seen from the previous video, irrigation facilities were provided by Vijayanagara rulers. Do you remember the irrigation facilities?
Yeah, I remember them.
The reservoirs were built, the aqueducts, and different water irrigation systems. They did all this so there is water throughout the year. Long roads were constructed to carry the goods from the coast to the towns inland. So there was a good network of roads as well.
Oh, wasn't there also like public baths too?
Yes, that was in the town. Yes. Large temple complexes were built. These acted as major consumers of luxury goods. The pious pilgrims donated gems, precious metals, and livestock to the temples. Apart from, of course, the rich merchants, they also donated lands to the temples. The items were used for daily worship and also during the festivities during festivals. Temples employed various people apart from priests and administrators. They also employed sculptors, artisans of all kinds, even metal workers, gardeners, musicians, dancers, and also singers. So lots of people found employment in these temples. Temples were not only for religious purposes, but it was also acting as a commercial center. Temples also distributed food to the devotees, especially Vaishnava temples. The records show that in 1507, which is very well documented, the Venkateshwara temple in Tirupati could feed 1,400 people daily.
Whoa, that's a lot of people.
Yes, that's only daily. Now listen, on festive days, they fed 3,800 people.
That went over the top.
Oh, yes, it did. Now the numbers are much bigger, but this is the time when it was 16th century I'm talking about. Now, all these things makes us think that during Vijayanagaras, the southern peninsula became most dynamic area of the subcontinent. The period encouraged physical mobility, social diversity, and cross-cultural exchanges in peninsula.
Thank you for teaching us.
See you in the next video.